By May 2026, Anthropic reached a $47 billion annualized revenue run rate. This growth followed a surge in enterprise adoption, with 70% of the Fortune 100 now using Claude within their core operations. In its earlier stages, generative AI functioned through a linear request and response model. A user provided a prompt, and the model generated a single, static reply. The 2026 models operate on the logic of autonomous agency. These systems are assigned a high-level objective and then independently initiate the cascading sequences of tasks required to achieve it. Claude Code is the primary example of this shift. It is a $2.5 billion tool that can autonomously query a repository, build new architectures, execute its own testing and debugging cycles over several days. At Novo Nordisk, this meant clinical reporting workflows that previously required 10 weeks of manual labor were completed in 10 minutes. Integrating these self-directed systems into a corporate environment creates a high-stakes verification problem. For a company to permit an AI to interact with internal servers, it needs a technical guarantee that the model will not hallucinate errors or leak sensitive data. Most frontier labs rely on constant human feedback to correct model behavior. Anthropic uses constitutional AI, a method where the system critiques and adjusts its own outputs based on a set of written principles. In January 2026, Anthropic expanded this rulebook from a summary into a dense 23,000-word governance framework. This update moved the model from rule-based compliance to reason-based alignment. Instead of memorizing specific forbidden phrases, the system is taught the underlying logic of why certain ethical constraints exist. This design gives the software the agency of a conscientious objector. It creates an internal mechanism that can refuse a harmful request, even if that order comes from its own developers. Decisions process through a 4-tier hierarchy, satisfying top constraints first. Tiers 1 and 2, safety and ethics, prohibit high-consequence material, like biological weapons. If these pass, the system moves to regulatory compliance and user helpfulness, assisting the user. To test these defenses, Anthropic uses an auditing framework called Petri. It deploys adversarial AI agents to attack the Constitution, identifying vulnerabilities through thousands of multi-turn interactions. These audits helped reduce the model's safety violation rate from 15% to just 2%. For Fortune 100 companies, this decline in risk is the proof of concept required for a wide-scale rollout. As the models grew more capable, they analyzed code as effectively as elite security researchers. By June 2026, the Mythos and Fable 5 models demonstrated the ability to discover and exploit zero-day software vulnerabilities. They can chain together multiple weaknesses to find flaws that have escaped human detection for decades. Anthropic responded with Project Glasswing. They restricted public access and shared these offensive models with critical infrastructure defenders like Zscaler and Rubrik. The goal was to find and patch thousands of vulnerabilities before nation-states could weaponize them. Giving the models to the defenders first turned an offensive risk into a defensive tool. However, the capability proved to be so potent that the United States government issued a directive to suspend all public access to the Mythos and Fable 5 models, citing national security concerns. Anthropic successfully placed an autonomous AI workforce at the absolute center of the global economy in less than 2 years. But as their models proved capable of identifying deep systemic vulnerabilities at machine speed, the challenge shifted from a commercial milestone into a matter of international security.